Hello!
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone?
That's what I was going to say, but then I let you have
doing?
it.
What?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Bad news, everyone.
No, it's good news.
Good news, everyone. Hopefully everyone gets that. Probably not.
Probably not. If
Probably
not,
not.
it's just Chad doing the usual weird reference.
It's Futurama. Which
I
they're
thought it-
coming back.
I thought it was cute.
They're coming back, everybody.
This just in.
Futurama. Yeah, that is good news, everyone.
Other good news is
Yeah.
that we are sipping on a 1989 Wild Turkey 101. It is an 8-year-old. I guess that's what it was back in 89. Also, this is as old as me. Cute,
It's good to drink something as old as yourself
right? It's not every day.
from time to time. Yeah.
And I pulled this one because it was half empty and I wanted to finish it, but also it's from our good friend Iverson, who we had over for game night.
That's right.
Like
Recently.
a week ago.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Indeed, indeed. What's up in everyone's glass? We want to know. Good to see a lot of people in here. A lot of the huge. Got some of our mods.
Thank you to our mods.
Oh, there's our Nutty Squad team leader Jose saying, "Let's get nutty."
You want to get nuts, Jose?
Speaking of that, speaking of 1989 and Batman, which we weren't speaking of, but we were speaking of 1989.
I'm not following this
Well, the
thread.
Let's Get Nuts was from the 1989 Batman.
I like the Nibbler reference, Michael. What is it?
A single hair.
Nibbler's like my favorite.
We saw the Batman
We did see the Batman
earlier today. Yeah.
A nice matinee showing, enjoying our Sunday.
Yeah. It's very nice.
This is... It's not... I really like 70s and early 80s turkey because it really gets that like caramely...
Yeah.
It's so caramel butterscotch, vanilla, and it's tasty, which this is really good. But it doesn't quite have that. So I wonder what is the date? Like, what is the year in which...
all
Right.
switch. I think it was probably a
Switches.
gradual, because,
Because this has some of that still, but not a lot.
but...
No
and-
spoilers on Batman.
Yeah, no spoilers on Batman.
We would
please.
never.
No.
We would never. I don't know about you guys.
Because, we have like some 20... What were they? Like 2013, 2014 Wild Turkey 101s that just had a little something more special, extra special than the ones that from today. So I think it's just,
But they were probably mixing in older stuff,
Well, I mean, according to Eddie Russell, they're mixing in the same age of things, but that could be true, and I don't doubt
Totally.
Eddie. But
Well,
things
I mean,
change.
He would know.
Barrels change,
Things change, Max.
things change, Max. Crops change, climate changes, and causes all those things to change. Like,
If it's a mix of 6 to
change.
8 year, mostly 7 and 8 year, and it was, what'd you say, 2011?
2012, 2013, yeah, I mean, we had...
Okay, minus 7 to 8 years.
Right.
So the way they did it in the early 2000s might be different than how they do it today. So, anyways, that's not why we're here today. But
we have
I just thought...
we have a spoiler that I'm not going to put up on screen. Dumbledore dies at the end. In the Batman. I don't know about any of the Harry Potter movies.
There was a preview for the
new,
new Dumbledore.
Wizarding,
Dumbledore's Secrets or something like that.
Wizarding World. It's official. Hold on, let me find it over here. Where'd it go? It's official. You've become an old married couple going to matinees.
It's the only time we can really
go.
go.
It's a 3-hour movie, and we couldn't put it too late in the day, or
because then we wouldn't be able to do this with you.
We wouldn't be here for you guys.
Yeah. And we know we're already going to have to miss one Sunday live this month because we will literally be traveling back from New Orleans. So, But yeah, thank you.
That is good.
It is good.
So here's the breakdown. Here's the agenda.
Tell me,
folks. We have this in our glass for any cheerses we may need to do. We got one sample shout out. I want to tell you about a couple barrel picky things that we got over there, and then we're going to the main event, which is the new Heaven Hill Heritage Collection here. It's a 17-year-old that is 118.2 proof. And then after we kind of do that review and we talk about it and we give you the specs on it and talk about is it worth it or what, we're going to try to do some other things that are in that age range. So we got a couple of 17-year-olds, 15s, and things like that. And
keep your jokes to yourself.
yeah. And it's just going to be a big discussion. So welcome in for it tonight. Let's go ahead and do the sample shout out.
I'm just along for the ride, Chad. I'm here to drink the things.
Yeah.
I will say, it's just a coincidence that this guy came in the mail the other day. And did come in the mail. This is, as you can see, a media sample provided by the distillery. We appreciate it because it gives us the opportunity to taste it and let you guys know our thoughts. It was interesting timing that we also did an Evan Williams video last week. That was not coordinated. And we basically just got this the next day in the mail. And we were like, well, it's in the news. It's topical. We should probably go ahead and tell you about it before it's no longer relevant anymore. Right. So, not saying that it won't be relevant.
No better time than now.
Yes, no better. Also, I couldn't wait to open it. So
yes.
Caitlin and Shamisa Elfring.
There we go.
Caitlin Elfring.
Shamisa. I wasn't for sure how to pronounce that. And Sarah is always much better. We have a Kentucky Peerless Company single barrel. This is 2021 barrel number 1, aged 6 years, double oak. Yeah, so this is
I want a double oak single barrel.
Pick. It's 109.2 proof, non-chill filtered barrel proof distillery only from them. And then we also have an Angel's Envy limited edition series number 3.
Ooh.
This is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Madeira casks. Yeah, it's 100 proof. Also from 2021. Thank you all.
Intriguing.
We will enjoy those.
We will enjoy those. Fingers crossed and, hopeful that maybe we can get a Peerless double oak pick in this year. We shall see.
Yeah.
Would love to do that. We've done a rye pick. It was great. It hasn't come out yet, but I would love to do a double oak pick.
Soonish on that rye, we hear. Yeah.
Yes.
Hex really like it. Speaking of picks, let's parlay that into a segue. We
segue, Chad.
Segue. Just came out with our bullet pick, which is called Mr. High Rye. All of their picks are 104. This is a 9-year-old, and that just came out and coming soon.
Yes.
If
you're a patron, and you haven't gotten a bottle and you want one, there still are bottles left.
There's a couple.
So let us know.
Penelope Bourbon here. This is our first blend.
Very excited about this. Yeah. This is not out yet. You see it here. Out. Yeah. It's in front of you.
It's in our hands.
Don't freak out.
But it's not available just yet.
Not yet.
It's got the it's Bourbonnight thing there. And neither one of these have their stickers on them because sometimes that's just how shipping works.
The bottles are coming from here. The stickers are going to there. They'll meet eventually.
And eventually we get sent stickers.
But we're more concerned about getting you the bottle with the sticker in your hands. Yeah. So this will be coming out. Patrons, stay tuned in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. This will be through Shared Pour, and this one is through Keg and Bottle.
This one's through Keg and Bottle. They ship to 47 states now. And I don't remember the state count on Shared Pour, but they ship to more than half of the states.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is aged 4 to 5 years. It's 20% of a corn bourbon, 40% of a rye bourbon, and 40% of a wheat bourbon. And it's delicious. So, there we go.
There you go. Well, I finished my sample because I wasn't talking so much.
Right.
Well,
I do that.
You do like to drive sometimes. It's okay. I'm here for the ride. I talk enough. Let's be honest.
Right.
You're not supposed to say right.
I mean, no, not at all, Sarah. Not at all. Okay.
Walked right into that one. He sure did, didn't he?
Yeah.
All the men in the chat are like, ugh.
Oh, boy.
What you getting? Oh, you're getting a box. Chad's a sucker for the boxes. Yeah. He loves it when things come in a nice box.
I don't know if I have the tactile strength. No.
It's not like there's glass in there or anything. Don't worry about it. Just scoot your Okay. Well, you do that. And I'm going to pour this. If he falls over, I swear. Should I push him? Maybe I should just give him a little nudge.
Got it.
Okay. Scaring me. I don't like it.
All right.
Hope you are all entertained.
Yeah, so this was a big surprise.
I'll just be over here.
Oh, sorry. Great, presentation here. And then this is what the sample came in. It's this, we haven't even pried this out yet.
No, we haven't. We were so excited about the little sample bottle. They also sent us this.
Man, this thing is heavy.
There's a topper in there. I'm not going to get it out.
Let's get it out.
Okay. This is a whole thing. I didn't even ask for this. It just came in the mail. That's probably the most spoiled thing I've ever said. I'll acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I don't know. People just send me stuff.
Oh my god. I don't know. It just happens to me. I don't know.
It just happens to me. I recognize that I sound like a real jerk.
Yeah.
But I want to be honest.
It's super cool. We can
it is cool.
do some infinity blends.
I was like, but we can't pour this in there.
No, it'd look lost.
Yeah.
But very cool.
It's nice.
Cool.
So anyways, would you like some of this?
Yeah, I'll take some.
It is a nice bottle. I will say that. A nice decanter. Although we don't really find ourselves decanting that much stuff.
Thank you. Yes. No. I was reading something and thinking.
I saw you didn't.
Yeah.
I saw his little brain cells rubbing together. Just trying.
Don't pull a Jason C, dude. Yeah, that's when his chair just collapsed. I've seen that.
So, all right. They have done one of these before. Am I incorrect?
You are incorrect.
So they did the Heaven Hill 27 year, and it looked exactly like Todd Cooper knows.
Todd Cooper knows.
I have enjoyed that with him. Mm-hmm. That they did the Heaven Hill.
Well, it wasn't called the Heritage Collection.
Okay, so maybe they were just testing it out. They did one off, and it did so well that they were like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll just do more of these."
Maybe.
But we can't do a 27-year-old, so we'll do. 17.
17. Yeah.
So 17 years. This is the first edition, even though the label looks the same as the one from before. And it's 118.2 proof.
Yeah. So we got a little info we want to share with you guys. Yeah. Basically, blah, 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 blah. Going through the marketing stuff. Okay.
Oh, it says blah, blah, blah?
It says blah, blah, blah. It says yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. Okay. This first edition uses our traditional bourbon mash bill comprised of 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley with an age statement of 17 years. This release is made up, here's the interesting stuff. 28% of this is a 20-year-old bourbon, 20-year-old barrels, they say. 44% of it is a 19-year-old barrels.
Okay. See, I didn't realize this. I thought it was just 17.
I literally read this to you the other day in the kitchen.
I wasn't listening.
Obviously. See, I would get hell for that. But she gets a pass. Let the internet judge. And
you want to dig that hole right now?
No, let's not do that. And 28% of it are comprised of 17-year-old barrels pulled from their Deatsville, Glencoe?
Don't ask me when you need help for the word. I'm not listening.
Shinley and Heaven Hill main campuses, warehouse locations. Okay. So lots of different warehouse locations, different years, 20, a 19, and the 17. Of course, we all know if you want to put an age statement on there, it's got to be the lowest age, the youngest age that's in the mix. So they say, along with its more experimental counterpart, the Parker's Heritage Collection, that's where they get crazy. We are excited to extend the breadth of our Heritage Collection portfolio with more traditional releases from the Heaven Hill Heritage Collection. Each year, the Heaven Hill offering will be released in the spring, while Parker's will continue to be released every fall.
Okay. So Parker's comes out in the fall. This comes out in the spring.
Yep.
Parker's is more experimental. This is going to be more of their like staple. What I'm guessing is probably always going to be bourbon.
Well,
it doesn't say.
It doesn't say. I may have skipped over.
But,
I may have yada 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 a little bit of
you
important
yada
stuff.
too much?
Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to the top. It says of our 1.9 million barrels resting across 6 rickhouse sites, our masterpiece craftspeople have kept an eye. Okay, that is just marketing. Sorry.
This is really interesting, Chad.
All right, here we go. This is going to be an ongoing, annual, and highly limited release heralding the exacting standards Heaven Hill has been practicing since 1935. I swear I read on here...
You might have to read it later.
Yeah, that they were going to do... Oh, okay. Each release will be an Ultra H selection featuring 1 of 6 traditional American whiskey mash bills produced at Heaven Hill.
Okay.
So...
We got there.
It will change.
In the end. Okay.
Last paragraph. I swear. I swear.
Okay. They want to see us taste it, Chad.
This will launch nationally on a limited basis with an SRP of
brace yourselves.
$274.99. So $275.
Whew.
Each bottle is accompanied by a premium box with our signature Heaven Hill Blue and double HH insignia stamped in gold.
Cool.
To signify Heaven Hill.
So what I want to know is...
There you go.
Remind me, because I haven't had the chance to buy this at retail, like, maybe ever. What does Pappy 20 go for? Retail.
Oh, retail?
Again, this is an asterisk. Could you buy it?
2022?
It's in the 200s, right?
Probably 200, 220.
Okay.
I know the 23 is up
is
to like 280.
280. So this is hanging out in that area. Probably, I don't know how limited, if it's as limited, but also limited.
Not as expensive as Parker's Heritage.
So that's... What does Parker's run?
Parker's is more around the, I want to say 180, 170.
So it's more expensive than Parker's.
This is more expensive.
You said it's not. Okay. I'm with you now.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
Yeah. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate that. So $220 for the Pappy 20. And this has 20 year in it.
It does.
Along with some 19 and 17.
Which I think is more important. And of course, Pappy could have older stuff in it, but they never advertise it, so they probably don't. I think the more important thing is, have that age statement. But if you need to have other stuff in there to make it more cohesive, do it. Please
then
do it.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to give you guys all the info. But
you sure did give all the info, Chad.
All right.
Man. It is got... For me, when I smelled this, I was like, is this going to be too oaky for me? Because right around that 15, 16, 17 year, that's when I'm like, I don't know about that oak. It's a lot of oak for me. Just on the finish, to me, it gets a little dry, a little tannic, a little almost bitter from it's like too much charred wood, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out.
And I listed this as barrel proof. It didn't say anywhere in there. I just kind of got that from the 118.2 proof.
Why would it be 0.2?
Would be a weird thing to proof it down to.
They could have.
But they don't specifically say... Oh, no, they do. Nope. That says old barrel, not barrel proof. 17-year-old barrel. Nope, they do. It's barrel proof.
Okay. Are you ready to taste it? Okay, no more delays.
Okay, now...
That made me roll my shoulders. I was like, ooh.
Here's the thing. I know people are not on board with that $275 price tag.
Well, I think we should talk about that, but I want to talk about that in a minute. Let's continue with what you're saying.
Yeah. This is a different experience. Wow.
It is different. Wow. It is a lot of oak.
Mm-hmm. But it's that right type of oak.
It's not over the line for me.
Right.
Like, I still very much enjoy this. This bourbon is sophisticated. It has seen some things in its time. Yes. It has had some experiences. Let me go back.
28%.
I should have rolled that more, but I was just too excited.
28% of this is the 20-year, and 44% is the 19. And then the other 28% is the 17-year-old. So it's got a lot. The lion's share is actually a 19-year-old. And it's not every day you get to have a 19-year-old.
What did I say at the beginning? What did I say? Keep your jokes to yourself.
Sorry.
I mean, but okay, so oak is the predominant flavor.
Yes.
But I also get a little bit of cinnamon and maybe a hint of cherry and, those nice vanillas. Not so caramely, I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to give it a second.
Yes.
Long finish. Still hanging out. Still tasting the oak. That's the lingering flavor, right? That's what's hanging out. But what I wanted to talk... Oh, we have some super chats.
We do.
Okay, I'll save my thought starter, my brainstorm.
Yeah, I just don't want these to get too far.
Sure.
Back.
So when you're talking, it's fine. But when I'm talking, okay, gotcha.
There you go.
Let me just. Now I've got the hang of it.
Yeah. There you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
She's got it.
Please.
Oh, okay. Stefan says, paid my taxes yesterday, drowned my sorrows in buying a Four Roses small batch, Evan Williams Bottle in the Bond, and Sagamore Spirit Rye. Enjoyed the Four Roses last night. We'll be tasting the other two tonight. Well,
awesome.
Cheers to that, and hopefully drowning your sorrows.
I
hope it wasn't too painful, but it sounds like a nice way to put it behind you. Maybe forget a little. I don't know. Woo Drew Bolin says, just got here. Did I miss the tasting? I think we answered that question for him. That was from before we did the tasting.
It was, yeah. And James Wolverton
I'll
in
let
here.
you take this one.
Says, no spoilers on the Batman, but thumbs up or down.
Okay, you ready, Chad?
Yeah.
Well, we already know what you just said.
3, 2, 1.
You blew it already.
I blew it. But yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Would see again.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for those super
So
chats.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. It was a nice way to spend the afternoon. Okay.
Continue.
So because this I think is like one that you sit with and you sip slowly, and it tells you what it's gonna be, right? So what I wanted to talk about is, as we talk about a lot, this is a premium price. Oh, okay.
It's episode related.
I'm just kidding. So as we talk a lot about, this price range is a tough pill to swallow, right?
Uh-huh.
We're seeing more and more like super premium things,
Sure.
limited releases. And I think, a lot of it wears on them, right? Because there's only so many that can come out in 1 year.
Yeah.
And like, you got to decide if you even want to get one. And if you do, well, like, okay, you can't get them all. I don't know. Maybe a couple of you can get them all.
Pokemon.
But most people can't do that.
Yeah.
And we get that. But I think the interesting thing that this bottle introduces for me is like, okay, so we've got, obviously now we're going to have this collection.
Mm-hmm.
We know we've got the Parker's Heritage that we look forward to. That's in this price range roughly, or...
I mean, less.
It's still in the super premium price range, but less.
Yeah.
Also, you have to chase. It also comes out once a year.
Right.
The William Heaven Hill, which is beloved and is this price range.
And we're just talking about Heaven Hill right now.
Yeah, I'm just talking Heaven Hill specifically, sorry. The William Heaven Hill, when it comes out, like, hearts for eyes.
And depending on the proof, that can be $280.
Sure, depends on the proof.
Yeah, like
right.
that purple, which,
That
spoilers,
purple.
was our blind best of the year of
2020.
2020. 2020, okay.
No. Yep. No. 2019, you're right.
2019, okay, cool.
And
Write it down, everybody.
What else? There's the Old Fits releases. So
There's
you
the
get
Old
up into those
Fits.
older years. Those are
The
close
16
to
year
$200.
was, no, over
Yeah.
200, I believe. Yeah. And then you've got,
then
the
you've got your
Elijah
Elijah
Craig
Craig
Barrel
Barrel
Proofs, which should be around $60, but
your Larceny
because
Barrel
they're
Proofs.
popular, some places jack them up. It won't be jacked up to,
$280,
hopefully 280, or it might be, but you shouldn't be buying it for that, obviously.
So I just think
But yeah, there's a lot.
it introduces a new, I don't know, kind of the conversation with like, okay, Heaven Hill, maybe I can't chase the Parkers, the William Heaven Hill, and this. How would you order them?
Well,
How would you rank
Dang.
that chase? Based on this.
Chaseability?
Yeah, based on this experience that you're having right now. Like,
I would rank it chaseability high. I would. Because we had the Parker's Heritage
oh, that's so good.
of, we have to compare everything to 2021 because these things haven't come out. This is, early 2022.
Right.
So the 2021 Parker's Heritage.
The Heavy Char Wheat.
Heavy Char Wheat.
Good.
Not the Heavy Char Bourbon and definitely not the Heavy Char Rye.
Right.
Those
That's the
were-
reverse order that I would rank those.
Yeah.
Rye, bourbon, wheat.
Right. So this over the wheat for sure.
This over the bourbon, I think.
This over the bourbon.
But the rye I'd have to
The
do
rye
side
I'd
by
have
side.
to do. I'm not comfortable
'Cause I like the-
making that audible right now.
Right, the rye is such a good bottle, but like this,
Yeah.
having the older stuff, you'd have to try them side by side.
Yes. Excuse me while I put up a very helpful
Oh.
comment about merchandise.
Now, my thing is, when we talk same
Thanks, Scott.
price point, a little higher proof, not that that matters, but that purple bottle of William Heaven Hill, like when the next cast strength William Heaven Hill comes out, it's not back there.
No, it's
The
not
orange one is. Which one are you buying? It's limit one bottle per person. You walk into Heaven Hill. This is sitting on the shelf, and so is the equivalent to that purple bottle.
Oh.
Which one are you getting?
Oh.
Now, that one is distillery only for sure, we know. I don't know.
Well, mostly.
It rarely makes out.
It leaks out around.
Sometimes
but,
it's not widely available.
I mean, we saw it outside of the gift shop, the
Right.
William Heaven Hill.
But at like a small liquor store in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, yeah.
So
Which one?
both of which tough to find. Which one are you gonna get?
Man.
Because I know.
Are they the same price?
Yes, they're both $280.
Okay.
$274.99. They're both
Okay.
$280-ish.
Shoot.
Which one are you walking out with? Because I know. This
I
is
don't know.
delicious.
I don't know.
Delicious. But if I saw
You're going that.
That purple William Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Yeah. I mean,
like, this is really, really good. This would be, I mean...
I guess historically, I mean, it was Blind our best. I would have to go William Heaven Hill.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was, okay, so you add Parker's into the mix. It's another Parker's release that I haven't tried and I don't know anything about. I'm going to go purple, William Heaven Hill. Then I would pick this second. And then I would pick Parker's third because there are years of Parker's that I adore. But there are other years like the Curacao year. And again, I liked the heavy char wheat, but I didn't love it. I wasn't over the moon about it. So
we don't have the purple, but
I mean, we do. It's just not here.
It's not behind us. If people want to know, if you haven't seen a William Heaven Hill, the label color will change, but this is the bottle.
It tends to like oscillate between 100 proof bottled in bonds and cast strength,
or just some like
releases.
older stuff, because like
14 year,
the
13 year, 12 year.
Yeah, that's like a 15 or 16 back there, I think.
This is a 13 year.
That's a 13.
So we're looking at still, I mean, significantly stuff with significant age, not as old as this, but again, I think it depends on. I really like this, but I think I really like that sweet spot of where the William Heaven Hill purple lands. It's not quite this old, so it's not quite as much oak, and I really like that. Mm-hmm. But this is great. I mean,
yeah. Woodrow Bolin having some maybe some people are talking about, I guess, what that purple bottle is going for now.
I think they're talking about taxes.
Nope. Because right before he said, I have that William Heaven Hill, shared it with on the bus once. That's the baller move, though, Yeah. He shared it on,
it did go down in history.
Patron meetup, bottle that purple and shared it on the bus.
Yeah.
It's good times.
And then we became best friends.
We did. I said, yup. So
I think we answered the question, but I don't know.
But it depends, like, if it's this release?
Okay, but this is also not as expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I would go, if it was a year in which it was a Parker's release that I wasn't super familiar with.
Right.
Like a finish or, I don't know. If it just, I wasn't familiar with it and the William Heaven Hill of that year was a bottled and bond. Not that I have anything against bottled and bonds, but I would probably take this Heritage Collection.
Yeah. It all comes down to what is the release of that year, like you just said.
We're playing a lot of hypotheticals here.
If the Parker's is like a Curacao finish or something that we historically don't like as much, or if it's, maybe like, I don't know, like the wheat whiskey was a little bit lower on L.E.s, and then the same thing with William Heaven Hill. But if this, next year it's going to change, it's going to be something else. If it's like, mellow corn, but, 17-year barrel proof.
So what you're saying is they need to pay attention to us to see.
Yeah, totally.
I will say I just took the final sip of this, and man, there's like a lingering peppery note, and that mouthfeel, like once it sat in the glass for a few minutes, at first it just like really coats your mouth, and then it goes into that oak that I think can make it, I think a lot of people would say maybe a little dry. I think it's tannins from the oak. Like it kind of gets you in the back of the mouth.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Dang,
I drank mine really fast.
Yeah, you did. When we got this in the mail, the first thing we did was we had the smallest baby pour in a week, Aaron, actually. We both tasted it. And I said, there's an odd, like in the middle of the palate, there's like a weird bubble gum. And I remembered you agreed. Mm-hmm. I'm still getting it a little bit here tonight.
Yeah.
It's not off-putting at all, but it's interesting. It's like a bubble yum type of bubble gum in the middle.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, you get that once in a blue moon. 90 times.
90 times out of 10?
90 times out of 100.
Cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do that exercise to... I don't know, because I think there's a lot of people that would just say, oh, you need to get all of those. They're all delicious and you should get them all.
Right.
Like, that's unrealistic. Mm-hmm. Even to get one of these might not be realistic for somebody. But I think this is important to me just because I want people to know what it is when they see it and to be able to make an informed decision about whether to take it or leave it on the shelf.
If they see it, yeah.
If you see it, right?
I'll say this. If, of the L.E.s out there that are released every year, and now I'm expanding it to every distillery, you might say there's 50. I'm making that up. say there's 50 overall of them.
Pretend. And the average price is $175.
Well, yeah.
Average price.
200 for
$200.
And of those 50, if you're a diligent bourbon hunter, you might come across 4 or 5 opportunities to buy. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be at retail, out of your control of which ones those end up being. They just, that's how the world goes. If this is one of them, and you know that of those 5 you might have access to, you're really realistically going to maybe buy 2 of them. And you have like X amount set, a lot of variables here.
You are painting
X
a
amount
picture.
Set aside every year for these L.E.s.
Mm-hmm. You're saying you wouldn't be disappointed if you bought this bottle.
You would not be disappointed if you bought this bottle. There.
Let's give it another endorsement. I think this is one of the first handful of bottles to be earmarked for our best of for this year.
Yep.
Okay, agreed. So
we've got 2 so far this year that we've earmarked.
Great.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joseph is laughing at your 4 or 5. He thinks that's funny. Because if it's 5 bottles at $200 a bottle, that's spending $1,000 on expensive whiskey, which is not, a reality.
Well, okay, I'm speaking from someone who lives in Kentucky.
He was saying on average.
And if you go stand in lines, you get up early, you enter into every raffle, you enter your email, like you really go at it. Of those hypothetical 50, you might get a chance.
You might get the chance
for 5.
And maybe you don't buy all 5. Maybe you got to decide.
Yeah, I was saying you say, Self, I'm going to buy 2 of those.
Self. Yeah. I think this would be a good purchase. I think you would be happy with this purchase. The quality of this is very good.
Oh,
we're going to do another scenario.
No, it's not a scenario. It's just another comment.
Okay.
There's your staples out there. There's your rare breeds, your 1920s, your Knob Creek single barrels.
Hard to beat every day on the shelf.
Yeah, stuff. that will never let you down and won't hurt your wallet too much, and you can be completely happy with that, and you should be completely happy with that.
We agree.
If you want to taste a different level that will be higher than those, and will unfortunately cost you a lot more.
I can't even do the...
This would be...
Quadruple?
A good one to
More
do
than
it.
that.
If you were going to take the plunge on one because you wanted to experience that. Or you could also go to a tasting bar and get some nice vintage stuff and also be happy that way.
I think, that sounds good too.
But you would not be disappointed if you got this.
Okay. I think we've made our feelings clear. I don't want to be like, pushing it on you. Not pushing it on you at all.
Dang.
This is probably all of this that we will get.
Yeah.
Like, to be realistic, we probably will not be the people that will be buying the whole bottle. Because we probably won't get the opportunity.
If we had the opportunity to buy one of these for $275, would we do it?
Well, I don't think it's fair to ask us that question.
Okay, channel aside. If we didn't have a channel.
I don't know if you want to ask me this question, Chad. Because if we didn't have okay. The logic for the channel would be, we would buy one because we needed it to review for the channel.
Right.
Except we've don't need it because we've already done that. And we have enough to put in our best of, so it would be not unethical, but it wouldn't be appropriate.
It wouldn't be
use of funds. It would not be the best
business purchase. It would be a personal purchase.
Okay, and as a personal purchase, knowing how many bottles like that you want a year.
I see where this is going.
I don't think that you should be buying one if you already have some of it. I'm not telling him he can't. I'm just saying that these come up, as you said, how many are there a year? 50? If I said, sure, do it to every single one.
Yeah, because then you're like...
that Chad wanted.
If you...
We would be broke.
If you give yourself, amount to spend on these chased whiskeys a year, and you're like, historically, I know I like the Four Roses L.E. I really want to try to get one of those this year. Really want to try to get that William Heaven Hill. What else could you maybe potentially get that would be L.E.? The old Fitzgeralds, like maybe one of those releases. Mm-hmm. You're looking at a lot of money right there anyway. So yeah, right. I feel it. I would.
I know you would, but you would say that about most of the releases. Almost everything that goes in
our best... And I would share with you guys.
But that's for the channel. We're talking about your personal life.
I'd personally share.
Oh my gosh. You are bending the rules of this discussion.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Of all those 50 releases that come out every year, just hypothetically, Chad wants all 50. He wants to collect all of them and have all of them. You can't spend $200 on 50 different bottles.
I know.
Personally, out of your pocket.
No.
How will we eat?
Eating's overrated.
So you have to choose.
It's got corn in it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right, so for the rest of the show,
I give up.
we have some other older age-stated bourbons, so we thought that we could maybe, put these against and kind of try. And,
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's get a little bit more.
I saved a little bit, so that's mine there. Yeah, we can pour. When we're ready to go back to it, we can pour more. You obviously will need some.
Yes, I'll just wait then, I guess.
So
Drew wants to know if it's distillery only. It does not say that
just
on the press release. It just
release.
says limited.
Yeah.
Which you expect with something that old. They only made so much of it.
Yeah. Now, we kind of already know how, well, both of us feel about this one. This is the 17-year-old, but it's the bottled and bond. Now, it is, that 17-year age statement, but...
This is the Master's Keep.
Master's Keep, Wild Turkey. It's very oaky.
It's too oaky for me.
Yeah.
See, you got older stuff in this one. Well, I don't know if this has anything else blended into it.
It does. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it does.
What the age was.
Yeah.
But roughly a similar take on blending. And I think this is too oaky, but I really like this. Mm-hmm. And this one was expensive.
Yes, they keep going up.
Yeah.
So, I thought...
Not quite as much, I don't think, but still very expensive.
We could go back to the original 17.
Yay!
The very first Master's Keep release. This is back when it was just called Master's Keep.
Thanks for not making me drink that other one.
Well, this one's, when did this come out? 2017?
I don't know.
You want to do a quick goog? Okay, they had this one, the BIB, we know the yearly, the rye, the decades.
Is it a quiz?
The rye was the cornerstone, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, cornerstone rye. Decades, the Oloroso one.
Yeah, I'm gonna like that one.
So that's 5.
I think, and the one this year, last year.
Oh yeah, and the one in 2021, which we never were able to get. So that's 6.
But we tasted it.
We did taste it,
and it was fine.
It was fine.
But for the price,
we decided not to even put it in the running for best of.
So if that tells you anything.
6 releases ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is
a lot of releases ago.
A lot of releases ago. 17 years, and I'm pretty sure this is, again, 6 years ago, so I can't remember, but I believe if anyone wants to do a quick goog, if this has other older barrels blended into it.
Oh, do you want to do it that way? Okay. Well, I don't know if you wanted to... Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. Mm-hmm.
Well, then we will run out of glasses.
It's fine, I can just rinse one.
Or, we've got other ones around the corner.
There's not a glass shortage in this house.
Not branded, though.
Hot Toddy says 2016 sounds right, and Thomas thinks it's 2015 even. I think 2016
that would have been pre-channel.
2016 might be right.
I think 2016.
Yeah. I think that was one of the first ones that you spent a lot of money on, and I was like, move.
Yeah, I got my picture with the...
Hot Toddy says 2015.
2015?
Wow.
Okay. I guess this is my bottle. It's my personal... I spent my money on it.
Do you want it back?
No.
Oh, you spent your money on it in 2015, and look where it's at.
Yeah, because... Actually, I bought 2 of them.
This was before we were dating?
One of them signed by Jimmy and Eddie, and it's still in its box.
Not that I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah. All right.
Every time he comes home with a bottle like that, I'm like, when are you going to take me on a date?
Wait. That one is still on the shelf at your local store?
Whoa.
This one?
This one or the one...
The bottle and bond.
Because
they're both. There's 2 17-year-olds in here. Drew. He's got 5 bottles. They sat there for years, and I got some. Years? Drew.
Well, he can't buy them all. You don't need any more. You just said you have 2. You just said you have 2 bottles, and you haven't drank that much of this one.
Well, that's how I've been...
Chad? No.
All right.
No. We'll talk about this later.
I feel like I'm being scolded.
You are.
With a rolled up newspaper.
Didn't you just buy the first release of the 4-Gate like last week?
Yes.
Yeah, who's going to have to pay their taxes in a couple of weeks?
Oh, everyone quit saying taxes.
Yeah. I'm not mean. Let's be clear. I'm not mean. I'm just trying to be...
She's the realistic
I'm
one.
realistic, and I'm trying to service his conscience right now. I'm the ball and chain. I know.
He says, yep, the first one.
He's the kite and I'm the tether. Somebody's got to be the grounded one and somebody's got to be in the clouds. And that's how this relationship works. So don't be mean to me. Don't pick on me.
Dibs. I got dibs, Drew.
Share the wealth.
Okay, I will.
You don't have enough?
Oh, Exhibit A. Whoops.
Look at...
Let's drink this. Now what's going to be hard is the proof. You know, this is 86.8 proof.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say around 100. I think that's the age, though. It's got a lot of oak and leather on the finish.
I think that's why they eventually did the 17-year BIB.
JG.
What? Sarah's
Just,
always
I
right.
love the support.
Cheers.
The undying support. I appreciate it. Drew says it sounds like a bottle share bottle. Now, if Chad said, I'm going to get this bottle with the purpose of doing a tasting for an event or donating it to charity or hosting something like that, I would say, you know what? As long as you earmark it and put it aside for that, I could be down with that.
I mean, I would be up for that.
But just to have it, to
I'd
sit
be up
on
for
the...
that.
We have bottles on the ground. Like,
Bottles on the ground.
it's not going to come into this house and sit on the ground. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Did you collect baseball cards or something similar as a kid? I've seen a lot of overlap in my friends group on this. Yeah.
Coins.
I did.
Comics.
Stamps. Matchbooks.
Cards.
Hot Wheels.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cards.
6 things. He's a collector. This is his nature. Someone has to stop it. Is that all the things? That's a lot of things.
Yeah, probably. The major.
Signed memorabilia.
Yeah.
And like
I mean,
Comic-Con stuff.
Collecting. I have some signed stuff, but not like, you know.
Yeah. Enough things.
I do have a collectible personality, yes. But I usually keep it
Somebody
to one
has to keep
at a time. So it's been bourbon for the past several years. You know, I stopped buying guitars. I stopped buying comic books. I stopped
Because
buying...
all the money had to go into this,
Well,
apparently. You guys are watching our fight.
It's not a fight.
It's not a fight.
Mom and Dad aren't fighting, kids.
It's true. We're not.
No. So yeah, the proof... What?
Bourbon Ginger and Todd are both just saying, like, as soon as we got married, these bottles also, your bottles became my bottles, and that your dowry was all of this bourbon.
Dowry. I'll give you 2 goats and a hell of a lot of bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I never got my goats.
Oh no. Well, I got your goat. Super chat from JG. Saint Sarah is always right, but there is a little fun money for Chad. But here's a little fun money for Chad. Team IBN 877 mash now.
Thanks, JG.
Thank you, JG. Appreciate it.
I mean, this is good. This is really tasty. I think you get a lot of the age through it. And more of those caramely notes.
Yeah.
I am missing, though, the proof. Like, the stack up
Yes.
between these two.
I mean, Wild Turkey starts at 101.
In my opinion.
Well, there's that 90 proof. Or is it 90, like, something weird, 91 proof?
I don't know.
Export.
The 13 year?
The 13 year.
Oh,
yeah. That's a different story, but over here, Wild Turkey starts at 101.
Well, and how much was this bottle?
Back then, it wasn't too bad. I think it was like 150.
But now, I don't know if anyone can tell us. These have gone up.
So Derek Ellis is saying that he just revisited the 17-year-old Bottled and Bond, the other one.
So oaky.
Significantly more oaky than you remembered, but I still like it more than most do, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone just has a different tolerance for oak. It's like, you know, any flavor that's strong and overpowering or dominant on your palate. It's like, I'm trying to think, like, spicy food or something. Like, everyone's got a different tolerance for it. And I just have a lower tolerance for super oaky stuff.
Yeah.
I can handle it. I just don't enjoy it as much.
This is interesting from Richie. He said a friend of mine traded some of his most valuable old sports cards for a first edition Booker's with a box from 1987.
Yeah, that was a good trade.
The same
That was a good
thing.
trade. Can't drink those cards.
Can't drink those cards. Can't drink them. Can't drink them. Yeah, so I for sure, if we're comparing it to the Heaven Hill.
If we're comparing these two, hands down, Heaven Hill.
Hands down.
And I thought, like, I really like this one.
I mean, I do.
I do too, but when you put them side by side, now the difference is over $100 between them.
Yeah.
So, do you like it $100 better?
Now, there won't be $100 difference between this and the BIB. It was closer to this.
Right.
Because
these have gone up in price.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this on the shelf today, what this would cost now.
That's true.
It's on his shelf. Not his, but a shelf near him.
A shelf. Yes, we've been talking about this one. So probably they were like, what were we thinking doing 86 point... Yeah, 86.8 proof.
Well,
Let's
they probably
put
learned
out
their
a
lesson.
bottled and bond, and then it was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. I think this one's a little bit divisive. People either love it, like really, really like it, or they think it's too oaky.
I agree.
You really, really like it, and I think it's too oaky. So
no, I don't really, really like this. I liked it more than you because I have a higher oak tolerance.
I recall a discussion of you championing it to go in the best of that year.
Will admit I had rose-colored glasses. We did it blind, and it didn't score so high for me. So I'll admit when I'm, swept up by the labeling, because I'd historically been loving everything from Master's Keep except that Oloroso, which was...
We just don't like... Sometimes sherry's just hit and miss, especially at that price point. It's just too much of a gamble for me unless I taste it first. So
I had some built-up love for the series, and
I mean, after decades was so good.
Still the best.
Still very good. So between the two,
I mean, I'll pour a wee nip of the BIB just to remember.
Okay, well, I feel like we're getting a lot of stuff on the table right now. Let's see. This is this, and this is this. I'm just trying to make it clear for you. You at home. We got a couple minutes left. Yeah, we got a little time.
I also want to... So you're cleaning out a glass, right?
I am. I was going to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys may have seen our Bardstown Collection video came out 2 weeks ago. This was in there. This is the Jim Beam. We brought it out because it has 15-year-old in it. It's actually 2 different Beam mash bills, but they're both 15-year married together. So we thought, that's pretty close to 17-year. So let's give that a go.
Small conservative.
109, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I should have known from the episode.
109.
109.
And I'm doing the 17 BIB.
And $200.
Yes, $200.
More in the same price range.
This knocks the pants off of Heaven Hill's Bardstown Collection offering.
It does, yeah.
Which was a... Oh, man, yeah.
Was it 14?
2 weeks go by. No, it was a 9.
Oh, it was a 9.
It was a 9-year at 120 proof.
At $200? So, again, next year, Bardstown Collection comes out. Heaven Hill does say, maybe they do a 12-year or a 10-year or something like that. For $200, or you can spend, if you're going to be in that price range, just go ahead and get this.
Worth it.
Not that it was bad, it's just, this is just so good.
Yeah.
But as we talked about in that episode, they had, not that much time to turn those around.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. So Joseph is asking, is that Bardstown Collection from Beam the stuff from the totes? No, because that stuff was sold. That was sold out. This was Freddie No. It was some of the barrels that he was looking at when he was working with Little Book. And then he basically found the equivalent. I don't know which one it was, if it was the old Granddad mash bill that he was already working with or if it was the Beam mash bill. But either way.
He married them.
He was working with that, and he found the equivalent in the other Beam mash bill. And he, married them 50-50 together. And that's how we got this.
Maybe I'm too obsessed with this topic. I don't know. Maybe you guys should let us know if you are interested in this, because everything we have on this table right now is over $100, if not over $200.
So I should bring this back.
That is a lot of money to spend on one bottle, but I am just so, I don't want to say obsessed, but just intrigued by this discussion of if you are going to spend that much money, if I was going to buy one bottle a year and it was going to cost that much, which one would it be? I'm just really kind of obsessed with doing side-by-sides to figure out what to recommend to you.
Yeah.
Because people will message sometimes and be like, I'm looking for a special occasion expensive bottle for a gift or an anniversary or a wedding.
They kind of want it to be over a certain price range.
They want it to have the wow, right?
It's something that the person would probably never buy for themselves because of the price.
Exactly. They want the wow bottle, and I never...
The wow bottles...
I can narrow it down, but...
Usually, if they're good,
it's hard to find.
Available. If they're not so great, they're probably still sitting on the shelf, but you don't want to buy it anyway, so it's a big conundrum.
I guess my thing is, you're going to the liquor store, you're getting your normal stuff, you happen to pass by their special cabinet, and something catches your eye, and you're like, oh, I'm interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might want that, but ooh, that price is painful for me, you know. And you kind of stand there for a few minutes and you think, like, do I want this? Do I not want this? Like, I just want to put stuff out there into the world that helps that person say, nope, I'm good. I don't want to spend that $300. Or, you know what? I definitely want to spend that $300.
I was like that with the Whiskey Drummer, which is also 15 year. Speaking of it. Might be from some of those totes, either from Jim Beam or Heaven Hill. But I was like that. This was in that glass case for a long time, and I was like, it was like $220. Then we got to try it, and it was like, this is really good. And I decided to, worth it. But they're not all, you know, it's statistically, it'd probably be more, most of them, in our opinion, would probably not be. So that's sort of the thing, like when you find a good one, and also kind of like with so much source stuff or so much things that have been totes from some other distillery that other people are putting out and they have to mark it up and you're already over $100 there. It's like, do you spend that? Would you spend $150 on something that someone else sold off and they had to mark it up to put it in their bottle and their label? Or would you just want to put in a little bit, not a little bit, but more to get something that you've heard or maybe you've gotten to try that is exceptional? And I'm sort of in that camp. Like, if I'm going to spend something, I might as well spend to the level where I know it's going
You're going to go treat yourself on one thing.
That every time I drink it, I'm going to be like, now this separates itself from the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just that, well, I spent $180. It's got an old age statement on it, but this place didn't make it. Or maybe
I see what you're saying.
Even did.
Like,
but it's just... it's fine.
At like 120 or 150, maybe you're gambling a little bit on like, it's in that price range and it should be good, but is it good? I don't know, but it's not $275.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this. And then it turns out to just be okay. I mean, I've lost money that way before where I would have rather have spent the extra dollars to get something more on this tier.
Yeah. Let me try that Beam. What's your thoughts on that?
It is really good.
Yeah.
When you try it side by side with the Heaven Hill, it's not fair. The Heaven Hill is amazing.
Maybe we should have brought out our winner of the Bardstown, which was...
True.
Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Right. Someone pointed out in the chat, like, isn't it... I don't know if it was like isn't an ironic type of statement, but I was like, I can't believe the Bardstown won the Bardstown collection.
Isn't that ironic?
Like, well, it is a little, but it's... all the distilleries were in Bardstown, so they're all from there. Just one has Bardstown Bourbon Company, you know, the name.
That's true. Well, as we said in the episode, I feel like they not put the most effort, but they brought the most to the table. It was their very first release of Discovery Series that was then aged an extra 2 years in a second barrel.
I think it'll be interesting to see what everyone does next year, now that they know it's coming. Like, some people, I think, had to just look in their stores, see what wasn't spoken for, and say, okay, we feel like this is really good quality, we're going to put it out.
Yeah.
But I think Bardstown was ahead of the game because they do so much experimental stuff. They were like, nope, we got the perfect thing for this.
Yeah. Matthew's saying, I hope that's a sturdy table. It is. It's one of those husky ones. It's not going anywhere. But thank you for your concern.
It's like a workbench.
Yeah.
I mean, of all of these on the table, I'm going to go with that one. Yeah.
I mean, what was this? This was... oh, this was the Wild Turkey.
Honestly,
from the beginning.
Head and shoulders above everything else on the table. Just my opinion.
I agree.
I don't know if that counts for anything.
That's why some people are here.
160 something people are here for that. I don't know why.
$2.99.
Still can't believe that. Well, the thumbs up is what I was looking at, but don't know.
I mean,
still can't figure it out. Still look myself in the mirror every day, and I'm like, but why?
That imposter syndrome, Sarah.
I know, right? We're gonna work on that.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it. 2022. I'll pour some of this whiskey.
Because we need more on the table.
Yeah.
Jeez, I really hope this table doesn't collapse. Heaven Hill what, Michael says. So this is the Heaven Hill, for anyone who's coming in late, the Heaven Hill Heritage Collection, first edition. This is the media sample that we got on Friday. 17 years old, 118.2 proof. It'll be a spring release annually from now on. So we were just kind of trying to see, first, do we like it? And we said, yeah, we like it. Okay, but how does it play with other things, either in that age range, in that price range, both?
Yeah. It's a new L.E. in a already crowded L.E.
It's a very crowded
market
landscape.
This is cool. It's a 15-year, but it's the closest in proof to the Heaven Hill. This is 117 proof, so that's interesting. So I'm going to give it a quick little go.
Chad just wanted more whiskey. I
This
feel
is
like you're just showing off at
this
this
is
point.
really good. That might actually be Heaven Hill. We're not sure where this is from. It tastes a little Heaven Hilly. I don't think it's Beam.
I don't think it's Beam. Where were we the other day that I blind tasted something and I was
might be
like,
Barton.
we were at Total Wine. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
this,
the tasting
they were like,
bar.
he was like, it's sourced. This mystery pour is sourced. And I was like, it's Beam. And he was like, it is Beam.
All right, who's showing off
That's it.
now?
That's an easy one to guess.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I think when you're training your palate to do blind tastings, I think Old Forester and Jim Beam are the two easiest ones to get. Or, like, honestly, anything from Brown-Forman.
Yeah, true.
Those are the easiest ways to train your palate, I think.
Joseph Brazo said, this lineup confirms that I'll never have anything worth sending to you ever again. That is not true.
Send yourself here to our house, Joseph.
Yourself. And also those Woodinville Distillery onlys.
Oh, it's true. We can't get those.
Oh,
So,
that's true.
you are kind and generous enough. Chad
Yeah.
still wears his shirt all the time.
I do. Hot Toddy. Catch him on the 9 o'clock on the main stage. Did they
You're
say what day
terrible.
they were releasing the Heaven Hill 17 or just spring? No, just
It just says it's going to be their spring release.
spring and like a super, what'd they call it? What was their wording?
Super limited. Or very limited.
Just on a limited basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it said.
It'll launch nationally, so that means not just distillery.
So it won't be distillery only.
So
You read that whole... I feel like what we should have done is read this beforehand, made some bullet points.
I read it the other day.
We should have read the press release beforehand and made some bullet points.
Yeah. Hey, there's Dewey.
Because
What's
that
up,
was a
Dewey?
lot.
We're doing good, thank you.
So it will be national, so that's
So
good
look
news.
for this at your local liquor store for probably $800. I don't know. What would you say? $275 retail. The people who mark it up. So not your big box chain stores that usually try to, but your little mom and pop who
I
try
mean,
to get
at
away with
least
some
double.
stuff.
I'm going to say probably 500 to 600.
Yeah, probably 600.
600. If they're marking it up. And I don't think you should pay that much for it. But
No.
someone's asking, I missed the price. What's the MSRP? It is $274.99. A lot. We know. We acknowledge. So we're just kind of trying to see would we rank it against other things that
Look at
were
that. Over
that
1K
expensive.
easily, says Drew.
I mean, in some stores, and like you walk into one of those gas stations that has a liquor store, they're usually 3 times the
That's where you
price.
see Elmer T. Lee for $800.
Right, so this
Like,
is going to be at least $900 to $1,000.
that'll sit there
at
for
that store.
a year until some sucker
Somebody
who
will
has
pay it.
never seen one, available to buy.
You need to be nice to people. You don't know who's watching.
None of these people are paying $800 for Elmer T. Lee.
I doubt it.
Are you?
You shouldn't.
If you are, raise your hand.
Chad says, tisk tisk.
Hey, there's Eric. What's up again?
Hey,
We
Eric.
saw you.
Don't be creepy about it.
We saw you.
Okay. Let me take these away from
Through
you.
our lens.
You're done.
Click, click.
Okay.
So, Whiskey Drummer. Master's Keep BIB. Master's Keep Original 17 year. Bardstown Collection Beam 15 year. And then our Heaven Hill here. Still, you said it, but now we've had one more thing. What's the best?
It's still the number one. And honestly,
Yeah, it is.
while I really truly loved the Bardstown Bourbon Company release from the Bardstown collection, I think the fact that the age that this has on it,
It's got a couple years on it, yeah.
I might, again, because we said, if you're thinking about getting the Bardstown collection next year, you're trying to hunt it, like, here's how we would rank them. But if this was also in play, I might get this.
It's probably why Heaven Hill didn't put out something super great, because they knew this was coming. They're like, we need those barrels.
This one wasn't, I mean, a bit of a discrepancy. I'd like to see what they do next year when they have more time.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Joey Tony back at Donuts.
No.
Wish me luck having eye surgery on Wednesday. So I'll be out of the whiskey world for a bit. Well,
We do
good luck to you.
wish you luck.
Good luck to you, Tony.
And
I'm sure that will go swimmingly. No, nothing to worry
we
about.
hope so.
Yeah.
We'll miss you.
We
Get better
shall.
soon.
We shall. Yeah. Yeah. I know 275 is a lot, but there is something super elevated. I got some left in my glass. Something super elevated about this guy.
It's true.
Yeah, it's something special.
Like I said, It's going in the best of. And we have... No, these came out... No, these came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got, I think, this one and the Bardstown that we said.
Yeah, we'll toss that one in. I'd like to see where that lands.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely the number one place.
Definitely the
it just
Bardstown Bourbon
depends
Company.
on what else comes out this year and how good it is. We can't really say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I guess we got three bottles earmarked so far for the blind best of the year contention. The way we do it, it has to be released in the calendar year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this guy, the Bardstown Bourbon Company, won, and we got to hang on to...
We already know there's another 4-gate Kelvin 4 coming.
Yeah.
We tried that last week, so...
It was rather good. That'll probably be in there too, actually. So there's
there
4.
We do. We're a sucker for those Kelvins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like the Four Roses small batch L.E., I mean, that was really good last year, so...
You know what I love, though, is that I feel like on years where... I don't know if... We put an Elijah Craig barrel proof in.
We did. It was a...
And
it
the
was
Stag
a last,
Junior.
It was a last minute
I love
thing.
when those go into... And when they come up higher,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not... I mean, retail, again, if you can get them for retail. They're fractions of the cost of the bottles that we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So... I think it's really telling when you have like a Stag Junior in the top 5, but the other bottles are all 200 plus.
Yeah.
Or, you have the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof come in top 10, but everything else in the top 10 is over $175. Like,
and then, of course, we put in our...
lets you know how good it is.
This last year we put in 5...
everyday staples.
Which I was just now thinking of it. It's sort of like at the end of Wheel of Fortune where they give you the 5 letters. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the
5 letters.
Those are the 5 letters. Like, let's see how these help you. Where these land.
Yeah.
So those are our 5 letters. But, it is the best of the best.
I just pictured us doing like a Wheel of Fortune spoof, and it was funny.
RSTLNE. And 3 more consonants and a vowel.
I wish we had the budget to do a Wheel of Fortune takeoff for It's Bourbon Game Night, but we don't.
Do you guys remember when they didn't have those 5 letters automatically? You had to pick them, and it seemed like everyone started picking RSTLNE, and then they just said, okay, those are going to be given. Now you pick more. Does anyone else remember that? Or
Maybe they're the most commonly used letters.
Am I having a bad trip? Like, am I just imagining this?
I don't think you're having a bad trip.
No, it's great. It's a good
I
trip.
think you're fine. All right. I think we've said all that we can say. Probably...
We've said more than we can say.
Well, I think we've said a lot. Maybe more than some people wanted to hear. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on this one, I mean, I think we said everything and answered everything.
Okay, look, I'm right, Sarah. It says, I remember.
Cool.
Yeah, I do. Okay, cool.
They said you're dating yourself, says Brandon.
I would love to date myself. I'm a great guy.
That means it's time to go. No, for real. I'm done.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, that'll do it for us then. We'll be back next Sunday.
We will.
Not sure what we're going to do, but that's how we do things around these parts.
Well, I didn't know we were going to do this until it came in the mail on
That's
Friday.
why we try not to,
We try to leave ourselves open. See what's going to happen.
We do.
All right.
We do.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
And let us know if you guys want to see more, like, maybe we should have, like, Ultimate L.E. Flight Fight. For this reason.
L.E.
Half the comments will be, great, thanks for showing me stuff I'll never try. But, again, it's for the purpose of informing anyone who was thinking about buying those bottles.
That's right.
I don't know. Let us know. I just like flight fights.
Yeah, same.
So.
Same.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We will see you guys next... Well, that's the wrong thing. And we're back. Gonna put the right thing on screen this time. As soon as I find it. Here it is.
Perhaps. Maybe.
Yeah, it's the right one.
There we go.
All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.